Hello everyone, I'm just going to do a quick tutorial on how to do Navasana and then boat pose, followed by Shalabhasana, Locust Pose, and then side plank. So these are poses that we'd be using in classes to strengthen the core. There's more to it than this, but these are some poses that can be very useful, so I'm just going to demonstrate them very quickly because they go along with this email this week's newsletter. So, for Navasana, boat pose, the intention is to strengthen the front of the hip flexors and the abdominals and the thighs, the front of the thighs. So you would take a seat, and you don't have to do this with me right now, especially because you're not warmed up, so feel free just to observe and just to learn a little bit about the pose. Don't feel like you have to practice along with me. But I would take my hands behind the thighs, have my legs together, knees bent, and then I'm going to lean back a little bit on the back of my sit bones and really engage my core, my abdominal muscles here. And you might even just let your feet float up. They don't have to go very far. And try not to round your low back or collapse into your low back. You want to try to keep a little bit of a forward tilt in the pelvis so that you're actually not putting any strain in the low back. Then you just tilt back a little bit and let the legs and feet hover, keeping the legs together. And then if you wanted to go further, you could take the feet to about hip high, to knee high rather. And you can even take your arms forward if you feel up to doing that. If you want to do full boat pose, you could extend the legs, but that could be quite a bit at first. So feel free to keep your hands behind your thigh to support you. It also helps you to fall, to prevent from falling back, and allows you to keep that lift in the low back. Okay? So that's boat pose. Shalabhasana, locust pose. You would lie on the belly, bring your arms down by the sides, draw your feet together, lift the lower belly, and then inhale, roll the shoulders back and down, and reach the hands back if you like. You can keep your feet on the floor, or if you feel up to it, you can raise one leg, then the other, or you can raise both legs. If you like more support, you can have your hands under the shoulders to help you a little bit. And that's Shalabhasana, and that strengthens the back body. And then to strengthen the side of the core, you could do plank, side plank. There are a lot of different variations. I think the easiest one to start with is with one knee on the floor. You take the other leg back, behind you, and then you lift the belly, press into the floor with this knee in both hands, and then you shift your weight as you rotate your back foot so the heel comes in, and kind of stacking the hips here as you press into the hand, lift up out of the shoulder, and rotate the belly and the rib cage to the left, and raising the left arm. Okay, and then on the other side, same thing, other side. You take the right foot back, and then rotate it, press down into the hand and into that left knee, lift the belly, and then rotate the belly, rib cage and upper chest, and raising the right arm. Okay, so that's side plank. And in this week's Thursday night class in Vinyasa for spinal health, I'm going to be focusing on these poses and introduce the idea of looking at the core three-dimensionally, not just the front, not just the abdominals, but the back body, the side body, even the pelvic floor, and the diaphragm on top a little bit. I know that's a lot. If you're new, please don't let that, don't worry about it. But over time, hopefully you'll gain a deeper understanding of what it really means to strengthen the core, our container, if you will, our center, in a way that supports the low back and allows for a healthier spine. So thank you so much. Have a great day. Namaste.